to our crib, the Teardrop crib. We actually had a request to do a TC Teardrop tour without a vlog attached, so that is what this is. If you want to see a tour and hear about my 2024 TC Teardrop, this video is for you. So let's dive right in. Right, boo? Let's go. Let's start with the basics. This is a 2023. I know I said 2024, but it was built in December of 2023. Picked it up in 2024. I don't know that it matters, but details. TC Teardrop. This is a 4x9 original with some extra little pieces added to it that I will walk you through. It is 850 pounds dry. That means you can pretty much tow it with anything, which is one of the biggest selling points for me. So let's start up at the front with the tongue box. Right, obviously you have your standard tongue, you have your wheel. I ended up wiring mine for a 7-pin and had a Red Arc trailer brake system installed. So it's installed in my car. And just trailer brakes back here. It did come with I added to it an auto tow. I had a lot of problems with that, so I ended up scrapping that and just rewiring so that I could bypass whatever wiring issues did happen. I don't think that's very common. Lots of people have it, but I personally could not get the auto tow from the factory to work. So that said, I do have a 7-pin adapter, and I got one installed for January 2021 to cross-drive. The tongue box is an addition that I put on, and inside of it, I have a 100 amp hour lifetime lithium battery, as well as we did install an auto shut-off, just in case it's super hot and I don't want to dissipate the battery during super extreme temperatures, because I do live in Jersey. I cannot imagine not having this tongue box. This is all of my storage, all of my batteries. I don't know where I would put this stuff without it, so highly recommend if you're building one to get a tongue box. Obviously this isn't part of the Teardrop when you order it, when you purchase it, but I did add the Ironman 4x4 awning and awning room, so I did have the roof racks pre-installed from TC Teardrop. Highly recommend. I think like drilling into my brand new TC Teardrop would have been devastating, but I did add this room, and I'm mentioning it only because what I do, live and work from the road, would not be possible without this awning room, so I highly recommend it. It has been through a lot and it has survived. Obviously, when you live in something, wear and tear happens, and so I did have some stretching with extreme water. So you'll notice I have a pole system, which actually I highly also recommend that because it gives you a lot of height. So if you're taller than me, which is 5'4", you would be hitting your head on the awning itself most times. So having the pole system actually brings it up quite a bit. But this awning has the screen doors and the full flaps, which is awesome for protection from bugs, allowing fiends to be off leash in here, and then obviously privacy as well. So again, couldn't do it without this room. There are lots of awning rooms out there, but I actually really enjoy this one. It's super easy to set up and highly recommend it. Now moving on to the drop itself, I added the square fenders, 15-inch tires, and the mounted full-size spare. I cannot imagine not having the square fenders, and if you tried to do 14-inch tires, it would look really dumb with the 15-inch fenders. I've been told, I've been warned, so that's why I did this combo. But this, like my internet's here, I have dog wipes, I have like our bug spray and stuff. It's turned into a great storage area on both sides, which I cannot imagine not having this. So when you're utilizing space in the way that you have to with tiny home living, every surface counts. So those are the additions that I added. Everything else from here on out is pretty much standard. Right inside you have a lovely shelf, which is really great. It does have a little lip, so for the most part this stuff stays up here. I do move the books when I move, but for the most part this stuff stays really well when towing. You have your voltometer, you have USB, have additional plugs up here, and that runs off of whatever house battery you have. You have a awesome pull-out shelf. This is great for coffee in the mornings, your laptop, your little iPad to watch TV. And then please do not judge the inside of these because I have been living in here for 70 days. You have lots of storage, although it doesn't look like it's a lot of storage. I promise you it's a lot of storage. I'm just in a very cold location, and so I have a lot of really bulky stuff. So it's just kind of shoved in there. But I promise you this is enough clothes that have gotten me through all the weather, all the things, 75 days of it. I overpacked for sure, and it fits in here beautifully. So take my word for it. It's actually quite a bit of storage. The 5x9s have a lot more storage than this. So take it for what you want. All right, continue on. On this door, I do have a fan installed. I do only have one fan because if you pay attention to where the buttons are, Feeney's butt hits that. So highly recommend only having one fan. I have my own handmade covers, but you have on this side, I just have the window. Inside you have 2 windows which give lots of ventilation. Because this is so long for me, I have more storage back there. Again, I'm only 5'4", the interior is 6'4", so I have a lot of storage tucked into places, which helps out when you're in cold weather. And then obviously you'll have your other window. And then you have vents there as well. So you get lots of air moving, airflow. It doesn't feel stuffy in here at all. Obviously, if you're in hot temps, it does. But typically normal temperature days, it doesn't get stuffy. It holds temp pretty well. So that is your interior. I purchased a mattress from Custom Mattress Factory to fit here perfectly. And I went a little bit thicker because again, I'm short, and I have small feet. So I didn't have to worry about that depth, which I think some people might have to worry about on how thick your mattress is. So short people, happy. Our life is easier. One thing that I do personally use this awning room for as well is I do have a bathroom tent on the back, but quite frankly, I just kind of enjoy having this one, and then I have more natural light through here because I don't have another tent blocking the back. So you can do both, but this is what ends up happening. All right, let's go to the galley. The cool thing about the TC Teardrop galleys is they're actually custom made to your specifications. So your stove pull out and then your fridge kind of dictates your layout. I personally wanted a larger fridge and only a single burner stove because I love this guy. So that is why mine's a little bit different. Obviously, if you have a 5x9, you have another foot. So most of those can actually accommodate a 2 burner and a 42 quart fridge. I have the Set Power 42 quart. Absolutely love this thing. It is a rock star. So highly recommend that as well. Then up top you have just lots of storage. I personally did the bins because then things stay in place. They do have little lips that kind of hold things in so things don't move, and obviously the door gets right up here. So nothing really moves. I haven't had real problems with anything, and I've been on some really bumpy roads. So this is TC Teardrop's proprietary custom table that actually comes off and slides right here. So I do lose all of this storage that is down here when this goes, but it kind of just goes up and then I close everything, so it works. This table is a lifesaver. Again, if you have a 5 foot, you have a much larger table, and I think you can even get extra tables if you have a little bit wider of a teardrop. But this has been perfect for me. I use it as prep, and then I continue to use this as prep, and then I have this so I can move around very easily. So overall, this is super functional for me. I've not really run into anything where I'm like, oh, this doesn't work real well. There's a lot of storage down below. So I've got a popcorn maker with me, so that should tell you. A popcorn maker and a mini crock pot, so that should tell you. I have a lot of room. So I personally just really love it because everything is always here, and 10 out of 10. Just really enjoy the overall design. I think TC has figured it out really well. So for those who don't know though, this is how you close the galley. One thing I will gripe about is this lock is currently broken. I did get this one to unfreeze, so I'll be able to lock it when I leave and not worry about it bouncing open, but they're horrible locks. I think they're pretty standard on a lot of campers, so just beware the door locks. Mine broke. These freeze. There's little covers, but I didn't get any when I bought it, so I definitely think I'm gonna buy some when I leave, but these could be upgraded. Also, don't leave your galley door open. It actually, like all the time, the weight of it will slowly bend the wood and you might have some seal problems. So, something I'm learning. And as I mentioned, I did have a shower tent added to this side as well. I went with a kick-ass tent. It already needs some repairs. Again, it's been through a lot, both of my tents have, so I can't really judge them too harshly because I live in the camper versus just a camper usage. So it's held up really well, but it does need some repairs on it. So I don't leave this down a lot because then it blocks both of my windows and I just feel like the interior gets so dark. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking of doing both tents. If you're solo like me, just put your toilet in the front room. They don't smell, they're fantastic. So that's it. That is my 2023 TC Teardrop 4x9 original. I hope this quick tour just kind of helped show you around if you're wanting to look at them. I do have other videos that show kind of how I live and use them and my thoughts about them, but overall I can fully recommend this. And as a solo traveler, this thing has been great. It is small enough to fit everywhere. It is easy to tow. It follows the vehicle really well. It handles really well. So highly recommend them. And if you have any questions or comments, or you're thinking about getting a TC Teardrop and want to pick my brain, please feel free to drop me a comment. I would love to help you, and we will see you guys on the next adventure, wherever the road may take us.